Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today we're diving into Unicoin Inc's latest 10K filing. This report is like a roller coaster, promising thrilling highs but warning of stomach-churning drops. Will they revolutionize digital assets or crash and burn? Let's decode. This filing gives us a peek into Unicoin's past year, outlining their business, performance, potential risks, and future plans. The big promises are about the rapidly growing crypto market, but with plenty of challenges related to volatility, compliance, and even their own internal controls. Unicoin Inc., the company wants to take a big bite out of the crypto market, but wants to do it differently, by building trust. They think they can become a major player by fixing the problems with today's cryptocurrencies: volatility, lack of trust, and shady brands. This report covers the year that just ended and gives us the lay of the land. If you want to take a look yourself, Unicoin's filings are available on the SEC website. Unicoin has a few parts. There's the software side, focused on managing remote workers. Then there's SheWorks, a platform connecting women with freelance jobs. They also own a majority stake in Unicorns Inc., the company behind the Unicorn Hunters show. Speaking of which, Unicorn Hunters is a reality show showcasing private companies trying to raise money. Unicoin Inc. hopes this show will boost its brand and attract investors. The big plan is to launch their own cryptocurrency called Unicoin. They are thinking about using assets like real estate to back up its value. They have even sold promises to deliver these unicoins at a later date, but have not launched them yet. The word is they are working with the government to make sure it is all good to go. Okay, now let's jump into the details. They want to be the brand that's transparent, compliant, and attractive to traditional investors. They are planning to put a lot of money in marketing to make sure everyone knows about Unicoin, but there are a lot of challenges to keep in mind. First, Unicoin has a history of losses, and they might not become profitable anytime soon. Even if they get more subscribers, there's no guarantee people will stick around and the show might not be a hit. They are in competitive markets for software, talent, and media. Established players with more money and better brand recognition could easily eat their lunch. To grow, they will need more money. If they can't raise it on good terms or at all, that would really hurt them. They have some serious weaknesses in their internal controls, which could mean they can't accurately report their financial results. This could scare off investors. Here's a big one. The SEC might bring enforcement actions against the company and some of its executives. This could lead to fines, penalties, and restrictions. No one wants that. They have put incorrect statements in previous releases about the nature of the coin. They could face enforcement actions. Also remember, the actual details of the unicoins haven't been finalized yet. They are still working out how it works. Because they take crypto as payment, wild swings in the price of Bitcoin and other digital assets could make investments fluctuate in value. A few big customers account for a large part of their revenue. If they lose any of them, it would hurt. Finally, running a public company is expensive. They will need to put in a lot of work to make sure their financial reporting is up to par. Wow, that's a lot to keep in mind. Let's move on to the financials and see how they're doing. Their revenue mix is based on staffing services. A few years ago, that business barely existed for them. But before we look at the numbers, keep in mind that they are an emerging growth company, which means they are taking advantage of all these reduced reporting requirements. This may make it hard to compare them to other businesses in their sector. Total revenue decreased slightly, about $500,000 or 2%. This is mostly caused by the media subsidiary failing to produce anything this year versus the prior year. They were almost entirely offset by an increase in staffing. Cost of revenues, however, are higher. The expenses on the business are going up. It appears that as of right now, they were not able to be as lean as they used to be. General and administrative expenses are down due to some specific factors that I think most people wouldn't really relate with. Sales and marketing, however, are way up. They say they spent it to get the word out. But let's remember that it is a big gamble and we should keep all the risks in mind. The auditors are worried about their ability to continue. Wow, they are in deep trouble with the government. What does that mean for their investors? If you would like to read their financial statements yourself, just jump to there. Net cash used in operating activities got a lot better this year. They are losing less. Speaking of which, net cash flows provided by financing activities are going down. That's not great either. They admit they are a target for cyber attacks. This could have a large effect. Incorrect material in the market. That is very bad. Remember, they don't have to report as much as a result. Oh wow, we are done So what's the take on Unicoin? It's a mixed bag. On one hand, they're trying to build a trustworthy brand in the crypto space, and their plan for using the Unicorn Hunters show is pretty unique. But on the other hand, they have been reporting inaccurate material to the public, are burning a lot of cash, don't have a coin ready to launch, and are now facing enforcement actions from the SEC. One of the risks is their ability to adapt to a rapid changing market. The company may not be in touch and in the fast lane, and that may greatly hurt it in a long time. The digital asset space can attract some bad apples. Make sure to never send your crypto to shady links or influencers. Pandemics may happen at any time. This may seriously affect their business. The people in charge of the business own a lot of it. Their decisions might affect you if you are a minor shareholder. Make sure you trust who is behind it. Some important things to remember are that the Unicoin has not been launched yet. Its long-term nature is still up in the air. Because they rely on third-party platforms, their systems are always at risk of having a cyber attack. In conclusion, there are a lot of risks and promises of rewards. Make sure to ask yourself, are you comfortable betting on Unicoin's vision, or are the challenges too high to ignore? Thanks for tuning in. If you found this corporate deep dive interesting, please consider subscribing, leaving a like, and tell us what company you would like to decode next.